Ooh. Guys, you know what time it is. Bride unboxing time. It's actually Brid. Did you know that, Eddie?
I would assume so.
Yeah, it's Brid. But we all say bride here, so bride unboxing. Let's see what we got. Now, something different about this bride seat. Actually, Malcolm, what bride seat is this? Do you know? Because this is a Cusco bride collaboration seat. When you're unboxing your bride seat that you're going to buy from Faction Motorsports, so you get entered to win the $1,500 from GK Tech, don't open it like this, like I just did, because you could scratch the back of the seat. There's nothing protecting it. I got lucky as right there.
This is a Zieg 4.
Oh, a Zieg 4. Ooh!
Zieg 4!
I love Zieg seats. I like the Zieg more than the Zeta, so.
You like the Zieg Zag and the Zieg.
What are you? Go back to work. The Zieg has always been a little bit more bolstered on the bottom than the Zeta. The Zeta was more like, I guess, daily driver friendly, could get in and out a little bit easier, but the Zieg was always a little bit, it had better side bolsters. This is not only is this a bride seat, but it's a bride Series 4 seat that I also have not seen yet, I don't think. I mean, we've seen them at like events, but I've never unboxed one yet, so I'm pretty excited about this. Pretty simple. I mean, seats are pretty durable, so they don't need to put any crazy padding in here. But yeah, let's get this thing out of the bag and check it out for real. Pull it out of the box. Let's see what this thing's got in it. Damn, I was pretty excited when they came out with the Series 4 seats. I mean, everyone loves the Series 3, like a Zeta 3 and all those seats. Everyone loves those seats, but something about the Series 4, I think it was the harness holes. I actually did like the way they looked. A lot of people hated them. They made them a little larger to accept, I think, wider seatbelt harnesses. And I'll show you some other differences that are on the Series 4. Okay. So already right off the bat, I'm seeing stuff that I'm not used to seeing when seats are shipped. For example, this has a wire harness hanging out of it. So we're all gonna learn some stuff right now. No way. Malcolm, this thing has a weight sensor, I think.
A what?
These seats have weight sensors in them now.
For airbags?
Yeah. Look at this. That is awesome. I did not know about that.
So I guess it's just one wire that you got.
Yeah, you could shove it down underneath, and then you can either. Yeah, I mean you probably hardwire this to the other end.
Oh, it's probably can.
And then you just unplug it there.
Right to the original.
Yeah.
Tap it into them.
Yeah. That is awesome. I did not think I'd ever see that on an aftermarket seat, but as everyone knows, bride seats are some of the best seats ever made for the aftermarket. This is some instructions telling you, unfortunately they're on Japanese, but they are explaining that wire harness being spliced into the seatbelt, also being spliced into some other components. They give you some options here too. Guys, we got AI now, we got Google Translate, so this isn't gonna be a problem. But yeah, pretty awesome if you wanna zoom in on this, Eddie. Some instructions for the wire harness. Pretty awesome. So far, that's the coolest I've seen in a while. I did not expect that. I don't know what the this is, but they always give you a lot of paperwork when you get real nice made in Japan type products. They have a lot of certifications they need over there. So everything's serialized. This is a good example of what I'm talking about. This is kind of looks like a warranty card, but it's got the serial number there as well. So if you ever try to sell this, you can prove to everyone that everything is legit and real. And you get some nice bride stickers. So really awesome. And they give you hardware to mount the seat to the seat rail. That's cool. Also, this comes in basically every single seat bracket box, but this tells you what seat rail you'll need, how to assemble it, where to put the seat belt, how to do all that stuff. So they give you very, very clear instructions. If you can read Japanese, you might need to translate this, but we got Google image search, so, or whatever it's called, Google Translate. All right, let's talk about the seat a little bit more. This is awesome. There's not much else to say. Eddie, I don't know if you filmed this yet, but there is a weight sensor in here. So that should shut off your airbag light and anything else. I'm not sure what modern cars have these days, but the way I always picture it is, the way I always viewed it in my head being a nerd is I try to buy the seat that was made during when the car was produced. So this is, being a Zieg 4 would be for more modern cars, like a new GR86, something like that. Like this would be the seat I would go with for sure. But yeah, so that's what I tend to do. So this, to me, this is like the best seat to put in a more modern car. Maybe like a new Miata too. This is actually going into a Miata, but it's going in a NB Miata, just because of the clearance concerns. They actually said on the Miata forums that this seat is one of the tighter fitting seats, which is funny because it's a brand new seat. You would think they would get bigger, but you can actually tell the shoulder bolsters are really slim compared to the old ones. The Zeta 3 would pop out even more than this. So this is actually a Zieg wide seat, Malcolm's telling me, and this is like such a small seat. Yeah, I have to take an actual seat in this before we finish this video and see if I think it's wide or not. But yeah, removable pads, standard on any Bride seat. And yes, I'm gonna be calling it Bride for the rest of this video. So I don't need to see the comments. It's Brid. Yeah, we know, man. So yeah, you can just tuck this away. I'm pretty sure you can actually, yeah, you can take this right off. So if you don't need this, you can just take it right off. Or you can tuck this wire underneath the seat. It'd be really cool to see if you could adapt this to another seat. I mean, I'm sure you could. It's just a weight sensor. I'm sorry I'm stuck on that so much, but I've never seen that before. Yeah, so removable seat pads. I mean, you know, I know the people who need to know that, but you know, if you're really tall, sometimes you can't fit in the seat, so you gotta take these pads out. But, and you know, something else I've noticed? That's pretty funny for the video, actually. It was stuck on there the whole time. This pad is super thin compared to, even my Zeta 2, I think, was thicker than this. I actually took the pad of my Zeta 2 out of my car and chopped it. Like I chopped a considerable amount of it off and put it back in the seat because it was just too thick. So this actually looks like they thinned it out, but I bet they did not sacrifice the comfort either. They probably have a different type of foam in here that is much more comfortable. But the older seats would be, you know, like everything else, the foam technology probably got better. So now this one, I mean, it feels amazing just with my fist. So yeah, I'm sure the seat is really nice. But yeah, I always hated having to take the pads out to sit lower in the car. So that being thinner is actually a really nice feature. And even the front pad, which is always thicker because they have bigger supports right under your legs, even this one feels a little bit thinner than normal. But yeah, this thing is just really nice. Rear pads come off too. And guys, you could take all this apart. You can wash everything on here. I don't know about the actual skin. I mean, I know you can take the skin off of the seat. You can do that on every Bride seat, but I know it's got some leather here, and I don't know if it's synthetic leather or what, but it seems real to me. But I'm sure there's washing instructions on this thing as well. All right, let's go over some of the, I guess the way the seat looks and some of the features, some things that some people might hate, things that people might like. As you can tell, the shoulder bolsters now have a totally new design, and it's kind of like a carbon fiber look-alike type material. This was probably the one thing that I wasn't really a fan of. I don't really like when, you know, I don't really like when you fake the funk. It's like, it's not carbon fiber, why do you have to make it that pattern? But at the same time, it's just a pattern. You know, it's not trying to be carbon fiber. It's just a different design. So it's pretty cool. If you guys remember on the Zeta 3s, the Zieg 3s, the 3 series of Bride seats, I think they had more of a felt type fabric here, and that fabric would get very worn down, super worn down. So this is definitely an upgrade as far as the quality is concerned. And that brings me to another big thing on this seat. This leather piece that goes all the way down the side. This, if you guys are familiar with bride seats, you all know that these side bolsters get destroyed in a matter of a couple years. So now that they have a leather piece here protecting when you get in and out of the car, I'm interested to see how that survives the next few years of these seats being out. What else we got going on here? Another thing that is a love or hate kind of thing is the carbon fiber, I guess, harness holes. The harness hole surrounds are now a carbon fiber design. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that's not real carbon fiber. I might be wrong, but it looks like it's plastic with a carbon fiber type overlay on it. But I could be wrong. If that's real, then it, whatever. But yeah, same thing. If it's just trying to be something it's not, you know, I'm not really a fan of that, but it is what it is. It looks cool. It does not look bad. So that's what matters most. And then, of course, I mean, my favorite part, I don't know if it's everyone's favorite part, but you have the glitter back FRP that most people are used to with bride seats. So the shell comes, the standard shell comes in silver, this glitter silver look, and then you can get the upgraded one that comes in carbon fiber. And there might even be a super basic one that comes in black FRP, but my favorite has always been this shell. And the color looks awesome when it's in the car. You can't really beat this. Zieg 4 wide Cusco is the name of the seat. You got everything down here. What the hell is this? What the hell is this, Eddie? What does that mean?
Antibacterial process.
This seat is antibacterial, okay? I don't know what the hell that means, but it must be good. And they probably paid a lot of money to have it done. I've seen other companies do that, not seat companies, not car companies, but you know, I don't know what that means. But Malcolm, do you know what this means?
What is it?
Antibacterial.
Process.
Antibacterial processed.
N3 pure.
What does that mean?
Maybe just disinfected after shipment or before shipment. Who knows?
Who knows, but they're clean as
Very nice.
Okay, so other than all that, some other stuff with this seat that I think might be slightly different from the standard bride seat. You got the black logo back here. I'm not sure if that's standard on the 4 Series or not, but it might just be the Cusco one. But yeah, so this logo is black back here, and then you have the Cusco logo right where the bride logo would be. So right up top. So what's the reason we went with the Cusco seat? These are way easier to get for us in the States. Don't ask me why, it's just part of the distribution network. These are easier to get. If you want the other ones, sometimes you gotta wait. Sometimes you gotta wait a few months. But that's the only reason that he went with the seat. It was super easy to get for us. They also have the bride logo down here, just so you know, you can know that it's still a bride seat, even though it's a collab with Cusco. Yeah, I love the seat. I can't wait to put it in the car. I think it looks great. Guys, these seats are also FIA approved, just to mention, and they have everything right here on the seat. They try to put it in an area where, you know, inspectors and everything can see it easily. But depending on what side of the car you have this in, it's always going to be a pain in the ass. This thing is nice. And it's super light, as usual, and very sturdy. That's the one thing between bride replicas and real bride seats is always the sturdiness. Like you can really feel in the construction of the seat that it's made to withstand some serious impact, and that's why it's FIA approved. So if you guys get any replica seats from eBay or Alibaba and you get into a car accident, yeah, things are not gonna be good. So that's why we go for legitimate seats. Bride, Recaro, these seats are the highest tier as far as the stuff that we sell. If you guys are interested in this seat, check out our website. I'm gonna have Malcolm put it on right now. Make sure that he's got all the Cusco seats up there. Like I said, we can get this relatively easily. This came in maybe like 1 business day. And I mean, we're doing raffles every month, so this is a lot of entries into the raffle. So make sure you check that out as well. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bride Zieg, Cusco collaboration seat. Light. Oh wait, should I sit in it?
Yeah. You're carrying a baby, a giant baby.
Come here, baby. Little seat test before we finish the video. So this is a wide one, he said. Yeah, it's a wide bride seat. It's extremely comfortable for me. So I have room here. It's not squeezing me at all. I'm a 30 waist. And this, honestly, it's so crazy how this feels like a pretty normal seat for me. I guess I could do a regular size one. It would be a little bit more, it would be tighter. But if you guys are worried about if a wide is too big for you, don't be worried, because I'm a 30 waist, I'm pretty small, and this thing is totally fine. So another thing that I just noticed when we were test fitting this seat, these harness holes sit a little higher and they give you more room. That's probably another reason they made these so tall this time around, is so that when the harness is coming through, it actually can go over more people's shoulders. Because I noticed when we would install the 3 Series or other aftermarket seats, the harness holes would be a little too low, and the harness would actually have to come almost over their back, over their shoulder, and then come down. That is not good. You want these harness holes to be in line with your shoulder or a little bit above like it is right now. So at my height, it's perfect. Even higher, it would still be okay. It's still coming through the hole, you know, but adding that little bit of height does help. So just another thing I noticed while we were sitting in the seat. Yeah, it's a nice ass seat. If I had a nice car, I'd put the seat in it, but I don't think it's gonna work in the Silverado, so one day. Don't forget, guys, we are doing a giveaway for the month of March on factionmotorsports.com. Every $5 spent on our website gets you 1 entry to win a $1,500 shopping spree on gktech.com. Guys, you could win everything pictured on this table plus more. Make sure to check out our website. Every $5 spent is 1 entry, and every $5 spent on Faction merchandise is double entries. Make sure to get your orders in ASAP. There's only 1 week left.